All right, good morning, Wasteland. I mean Earth. We have a whole pile of new stuff coming down the pipe, not just this panda that you see behind me, but Crossout has dropped a big announcement. It looks like we're going to be getting another battle pass to get all of these new cabs and new faction parts that we've been talking about for the last few weeks, as well as some very serious balance changes. So get up a cup of coffee, sit down, settle in. I'm going to walk you through all the changes that are coming down the pipe and Crossout so you guys know what's going on. So upon the release of the update, an in-game event is going to happen, which will be available to all players. They're going to have 75 different levels, so very similar to the Founders. They say this event is going to last about 3 months, and you're going to get to unlock the faction parts and the faction recipes for Steppenwolf, Firestarters, and Dawn's Children. So that's going to give you access to those cabins, which may or may not be legendary. We'll see. The new logos, the new parts, the new structural parts, as well as we can assume at least one weapon per faction. So this event's only going to be available for a limited time. So you're going to have about 3 months to bang it out. And you're going to get all the parts for Surtur, Tachyon, and Sigurd. So those are our up-leveled factions in Crossout. You're going to be unlocking parts for those guys. So there's going to be both daily and weekly challenges involved in this, but hopefully that's going to get you that Firestarter cabin, that Dawn's Children cabin, that Steppenwolf cabin. We know about the energy shotgun. We've seen the close-range combat cannon, and we can expect that Firestarters will also have a unique weapon as well in this event. Also, right now, they are firing up the public test server. You can actually get the link. You guys can get on there. This isn't the test server that I use to get special parts. This is one anyone can jump into. And they're making some big changes. Do remember, if you do install the test server, put it in a different folder so you don't copy over all of your old Crossout stuff, and just run it with a separate launcher and link and make your life a lot easier. So that's going to be running Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Check out Coldfire. He's going to be streaming all of those tests on his channel. You can check out those tests here as soon as it goes live. Test server is going to go live in about an hour. I'm going to walk you through the changes anyway without jumping on test server. So they're making some big changes to tracks, because like we've been saying forever is that legs and hover are almost always better than tracks. So they're giving tracks some love. Small tracks are going to get a tonnage bonus from 835 to 935 kgs. Their power penalty is going to be changed from minus 15% to minus 12%. So they're going to be faster. They're going to hold more weight. They're going to reduce the turn radius. They're going to make them turn faster, so they'll be more maneuverable. They're also going to increase their grip. So it says enhance lateral grip. The higher this parameter, the drift of the craft in turns. Basically, they're going to make it turn better, handle better. They're also going to bump the power score up from 150 to 215, and they're increasing the mass from 185 to 285. This will also allow you to change the center of mass, the car with the small tracks, less likely to turn over. So you want your tracks heavier because it'll keep your vehicle from flipping over. Just like if you're building a really light vehicle, maybe you don't want to use light frames. You want to put those heavy frames underneath, keep that center of mass low. Next up, the reinforced track is getting similar changes. It's going to get a tonnage increase from 1750 to 1850. It's going to have its max speed from 70 bumped up to 75. It's also going to have better turn radius, better grip, and a power score bump from 225 to 250. Okay, next up, armored track. Armored track's getting some love as well. It's going to have a power penalty reduced from minus 50 to minus 40. Its maximum speed is going to go from 50 to 60. Turn radius will improve, grip will improve, but a big power score jump from 360 to 500, which I think we can all agree needed to happen. Why did they do these changes? So they said, we would like to add that after these changes, the chassis became more convenient and efficient, but at the same time, the requirements for the crafts using them have also increased. Now the location of the car's center of mass is extremely important. It always has been important. So basically, they're trying to make tracked builds handle better, do better, perform better, and turn better, but they will be bumping the power score up on those. Next up, wheels. They have improved the grip for all special wheels. So you're going to get better traction on all of those. They have improved the grip while drifting for Bigfoot. And they have also increased the speed at which the car with wheels, Bigfoot, begins to drift. It says, we have heard your wishes to improve the wheels. Yes, Mr. G has been saying that for a long time. And we agree with the idea that the rarity of the wheels should affect not only the usual parameters, weight and tonnage, but also things such as grip. Fun fact, if you didn't know this, all of the wheels used to have different traction and grip factors. Chained wheels were different on some things, balloon wheels were different on other surfaces, and then they went ahead and they made it just the same across the rarity. So now they're going back and they're tweaking those. But here for me is the most important change that they are discussing. They are trying to address wedge vehicles. And we all know that the physics for wedging is ridiculous, because you could have a massive vehicle or build, and then this little tiny wedge comes and it's like beep, and instantly just this weighs nothing and off it goes, and the wedge drives around and shoots you in the gas jet and you blow up. So what are they trying to do with the wedge? So they're trying to do this. They're trying to say that we are going to add the weight of the vehicle that is on top of the wedge onto the vehicle underneath the wedge. So we can assume that when you wedge a vehicle, it is going to slow you down massively. So imagine if you went over tonnage as soon as you went over under a heavy vehicle, you're going to be barely crawling. That's going to make it a lot easier for the guy to drive off of you and then combat and fight you, versus the instant flip or to just carry him across the map like nothing that's happened before. So this is probably a move that the devs have gone ahead to do because they can't change the hard coding of the game engine itself, but they are trying to make it so that some of that weight gets transferred into the wedge build, which I think is a really good workaround and a really good change, and hopefully it works. So Coldfire should be testing that. Go check out his channel. If you haven't, give him a sub. He's an awesome guy, great with the Crossout, and we've been playing a lot of SnowRunner together. And guys, thank you for supporting me for all of this time and through everything. Really appreciate it. YouTube is now my only job in a couple weeks as soon as school's out, because I don't have one yet for next year. But I'm just like everybody else in COVID. We're going to fake it till we make it. You guys stay safe out there. Like and subscribe for all things Crossout. I'm going to catch y'all later. Mr. G out.